and faster. Okay, so 2 weeks ago, we chatted about recruiting. And
in the closet, in the master closets.
I'm going to mute you, Aggie. Does anybody have any questions, follow-up questions, et cetera, on what we chatted about in regards to recruiting? No. Okay, show of hands, who has done their 5 and 2 since we had that training? And you're like, oh my gosh, what was that?
I've contacted people, but I haven't gotten the 5 back. I had like 3 responses.
Well, hey, you know what? It's going to take a bit to get up to there. And like I say, to get 5, you might have to do 8 or 14. Yeah. You know, you just don't know, but you're on the right track. You know, it's the purpose of these trainings is to kind of get you into that routine of doing that. I know 2 weeks ago, gosh, it seems like so long ago that we chatted, and I can't remember if I said this or not. When I joined, you know how I put in the host packet in the training, we always put the opportunity brochure in the host packet. Well, when I joined, I kid you not, the first solid year I was a consultant, don't strike me, Lord, I never put an opportunity brochure in the host packet because I didn't want anything to do with recruiting. That just wasn't my thing. I didn't have any plans or intentions, you know, but then what happened is people joined my team anyway. I got more training, and the biggest words that made the impact on me is don't make it about me. In other words, don't let my fear or think that I'm being pushy or talking somebody into something. Flip that around and make it about the people you're talking with. You know, what can the opportunity do for them? Be it add money to a college fund, you know, make a car payment. As soon as I wrap my head around that, oh my gosh, talking to people about signing up now is like the easiest. It's second nature, but it took practice to get there. But I admit, you know, I went a whole year and never even mentioned it. Never even mentioned it. And it makes me wonder what I lost out on that year. So let's see here. The other thing too is I think pretty sure everybody on here has seen the new incentive post I put up on Dream Achievers that goes till July 15th, the big ask, which is about offering the opportunity. I'm going to be doing some follow-ups on that tonight because remember, it takes up to, and sometimes more, 5 times before you get that yes. So just because you ask once doesn't mean you're done. And I know Tammy's on here. She's muted. She's usually working this time of day. But I always love asking Tammy to tell her story about when she signed up, because I think hers was 6. But she did, and I am so happy for it.
Here, Allison.
Hey there.
Hi. Do you want me to share?
Do you have time to share your story, or are you busy?
I do. Is it okay if I stand on video? I'm in the kitchen, so my family's here.
Sure, that's fine.
Thank you. So, and I like telling the story too, because, you know, it's part of my journey. So 2 years ago, I was a guest on a party. Super competitive about those tickets. Still laugh about it today. Because I wanted to win, of course. And then I hosted a party and had no intention, thought anything about being a Pampered Chef consultant. And then Alice and I did our checkout chat, and probably were on the phone for about 45 minutes. And, you know, she just kept talking about how great, you know, the business is. And she had done that during the party, of course, and before the party, but, you know, my mind was closed off to that. But at the tail end, you know, everything she said during the week, I don't know, she just twisted my arm once or twice, and I told her, sure, no problem. And then I said, don't bank on me to do much. I'm not really interested in that. So I'm not going to be a, high salesperson or anything like that.
Yeah, most consistent director on the team.
Yeah. Fast, and I love it. And I wish I could do this full time, but working on that.
You will when you retire. Another fun one, and she probably forgot because she's on everything, is Pam. Her story is quite fun too, in that she was a guest in a party on one of my downline consultants' parties. And to say the least, it was a disastrous party. The host was nowhere to be found. The consultant was just learning and had never been on Facebook before. There was a lot of things to make that whole party a disaster. Well, Pam's in this party, and I think she was a friend of a friend invited her. And she had just moved. She was looking to get some things. Well, then the consultant did a follow-up chat with her, and oh no, I'm not interested. I just moved to a different state. I don't have time. No, thank you. Well, ironically, the consultant had to meet up with Pam to give her some paperwork after the party. And if I remember right, they're in a parking lot, and the consultant, they parted ways, took off, and the consultant turned around and said, oh, wait, I meant to give this to you. It's probably, nothing you're going to be interested in, but here you go. And what it was a month we had a kit special, and it was the kit special flyer. I can't remember if it was a $39 kit or what have you, because she had asked several times, and this person flat out said no. Pam says she gets in the car, she puts the flyer up on the dashboard. And by the time she drove home, she had decided to sign up after saying no like 6 times. You just never know. You just never know. So anyway, let's move on then. If nobody has any questions on recruiting, tonight is about selling. I remember the 3 pillars: booking, selling, recruiting. And sorry, I was just checking to make sure that it was none of our people that had a question for the meeting here. One thing too, that should any of you, as you progress up the career ladder, become directors, which I know a couple of you, a few of you can easily do that, and you're on your way. When you become a director, home office gives you referrals. In other words, people will go to just the generic pamperedchef.com site and sign up because they don't know anybody, they don't know the process. Then what home office does is they will place that person typically to the director that is closest to them to work with them. And you wake up some mornings, you have an email, you have a new team member, and you're like, what? Somebody you don't even know. And most of them are legit. And it turns into a great thing. So that's one of the benefits of being a director. You also get order referrals as well to get customers. Now, with that said too, there are scammers out there. Thankfully, about this last year, it has calmed way down. About a year ago, we were just having a ton of issues with scammers sending out emails, joining up as consultants. Tammy's another great example. She had what we call a .com referral. Well, all of a sudden, the next day, Tammy sends out a message, welcome, get a hold of me, let's schedule a call. And the next day we see like thousands of dollars in orders on this person's, under this person, which is not typical for somebody that just signs up. And we kind of played detective and found out this was a really bad criminal dude that signed up under a stolen credit card, was ordering product so that he could be a third-party seller, like on places like Amazon, Etsy, or eBay, places like that, which is totally illegal. And thankfully, Home Office caught him, and shut him down. And I've noticed they're really good about shutting down. They have something now that detects stolen credit cards when people use that. But dishonest people. Okay, so selling. To me, it's all about mindset. Anything is about mindset. If you put your mind to it, if you think positive, that energy is going to come back to you. If you're negative, chances are it's not going to come back to you. So one of the things you want to do in your parties, I do this the day before the last day of the party, is I literally scroll to the very first post on the party, and I scroll my way back up and I read every single comment. On every single post, did somebody say, oh my God, I gotta have that? Or when you have the host post, the what's on your wish list, and if somebody says everything, things like that, or the welcome post, oh my gosh, I need a new chopper. Okay, I'm gonna be jotting those things down. Then I go into Consultant's Corner, pull up the party. Number one, did these people order? Okay. Number two, if they did they order what they had mentioned or were excited about in the party? Because what happens is, at the time, people say, yeah, yeah, yeah. And then they go and place the order and they've forgotten. I get this all the time. Oh my gosh, I totally forgot. Can you add that to my order? That is a great way to pick up some extra sales, is make sure before you close the party, you scroll every single comment in Facebook. If they haven't ordered, then what I do is I friend them and I just send them a reminder on Messenger. Hey, Sally, just want you to know that Tammy's party ends tomorrow, and you had mentioned in the party that you were interested in the food chopper. Just wanted to make sure, because again, time gets away from people and they just totally space and forget. And it happens all the time. If I don't get a response, then the last day I do my party follow-up with the host. I let them know these are the people that have indicated they wanted to order and haven't, and I give them the list. And I ask them to, since they're friends with them, to communicate with those people, to give them a reminder. Hey guys, orders are due in tonight or tomorrow, whenever you do that timing. And inevitably, you'll get a bunch of orders at the tail end just by doing that extra 5-10 minutes of follow-up. I get a ton of orders that way. Then what happens too is sometimes people will say, well, I'm sorry, but I want to, but finances, I can't, or something, or the car broke down, I can't afford it. That's your lead in to get a booking. And say, hey, totally understand, life gets in the way. How would you like to get that for free anyway? And then you start chatting with them and book a party. They have nothing to lose, okay? If anything, they get their friends together. Their friends can learn some kitchen tips and tricks. You've got to go in with the mindset that you don't want to go in with the mindset, I hope it qualifies. You want to go in the mindset, hey, I'm a party magnet. I have killer parties. And then most of the time your parties are going to be killer. But every once in a while, you're going to get that, oh my God, it's like pulling teeth just to get to 200. But hey, everybody has fun. And I have hosts that host every 6 months or a year. And one party will be 2,000, and the next party will be crickets. You just never know when people are ready to buy. And one of the things too, I'm going to give you guys the heads up, and we're going to chat about this more. This fall selling season, September, October, November, December. If you think March, April, May, and June have been killer sales months, watch out for the fall season. It is the largest product launch we've ever had. And I just have a feeling people are going to be tripping over themselves to book parties. So make sure you've got your schedules figured out when you want to book, how many, and that type of thing. Okay. Cross-selling is something else that you want to look at. And that what that is you want to go through, click everybody's order and take a look at what they ordered, the items. And you want to see if there's anything that they can order that complements what they ordered, such as the brownie pan. Okay. Everyone who orders the brownie pan, and then if there's not a mini spatula on that order, I always ask them, hey, Sally, do you have the mini nylon spatula that goes with the brownie pan? You know, it's custom made to fit in the wells and it won't scratch your new pan. Yeah, I already got one. Or, oh my gosh, no, add it to my order. Bingo. Then I ask them, do you want it in black or teal? Because we have 2 colors, okay? That's another way to get sales. So think about cross-selling. I always do this. I get ahead of myself. One of the things that came to light about 3 weeks ago for me, I'm doing more and more videos, recorded videos, doing product demonstrations that I'm posting on my parties. I am getting so many positive comments from people on the Google form and in Messenger that they absolutely love those videos, as opposed to, I mean, they love the Pampered Chef videos too, but as opposed to just a plain static picture, for example. The thing is, I've got this one that everybody comments on, and it's the chip and dip set, stoneware chip and dip set with the bowls. And it's kind of fun. If you just invert a bowl and stack them up, it looks like a fondue fountain. And it just makes an awesome presentation for if you're entertaining or having a party. And then I talk about all the ring recipes that we have for the chip and dip platter. And I tell people, hey, if you want access to all these recipes, I'll send you my website. And I get people wanting that all the time. But the thing is when I'm actually handling products in the video, the number one thing people tell me, it puts it in perspective how big these items are, because when they see them in the catalog, they can't tell if that chip and dip platter is this big, or if in the video, if I'm like, okay, this is it, you know, it's like, oh my gosh, that thing's bigger than I thought. I sell so much stoneware with that video. You wouldn't think so? Yep. And if you guys want to see that, just let me know. I'll show it to you. It just blows me away, because the thing I'm giving to them, besides showing them dimensions and how they can play with it to stack it to make it look like a fondue, I'm giving them something of value and explaining, hey guys, this glazed stoneware, when I do a poll on my parties, 1 person out of 10 will put it in an oven. They just want to pour chips on it or crackers, because they think it's glazed. It's not oven safe. It is oven safe to 450 degrees. You can cook on it. And when I explain about the rings and, hey, if you want access to thousands of recipes that you can use with the stoneware, I've just given them something of value, and that's what they love. Absolutely what they love. So think of that when you're doing some product videos, because boy, I'll tell you, your party sales will go up. I mean, I started off with the veggie strip maker and the garlic press, you know, little common everyday things. And now, you know, I just kind of stretch my brain on, okay, what can I do a video on today? Because anything you share with people, they're going to be all over it. I did one with the Cool and Serve on how to cut a head of romaine lettuce, so that every single strip and piece of lettuce is the exact same size, shape, and manageable. You know, I used to rip lettuce, not anymore. And when I showed that tip, oh my God, I get a ton of comments. Something so simple, but that gets you sales. So you kind of have to think a little bit outside the box, like what can I give them a value where they love it and they like this product that I'm showing them. And now I'm selling more and more large Cool and Serves than I ever did, because people want them for deviled eggs and salads. One of the things too is, I was gonna do this on this training, but we don't have the information available yet, is, and I'm gonna do a special training on it then, is how to run product reports. In that typically August is a Rock Crock month where hosts get specials off of Rock Crocks. Some of those are on back order / stop sale right now until the end of July with this COVID, and that's why you do not see an August host special yet posted. We find out what the August host special is at conference. And then depending on what that is, I'm going to do a separate training on how to run a product report, because some of our host specials are 60% off cookware, 60% off Rock Crocks. You want to know who of your customers have ordered these before, because maybe they want to add to their sets. So I'm going to do a training on how to go into your customer contacts and do a special email to let them know, hey, Sally, you know, I know you got the everyday pan at so-and-so's party. We're having a special coming up, 60% off. If you're interested in adding to your set, you know, you ask them, how do you like it? Have you used it? Things like that. But ask them to book a party. And that's an easy way to get a book. The other thing too is, if people on your party say, you know, I've been thinking about getting this, and this is typically on the more expensive items. I've been thinking about getting this, but I'm just not too sure, you know, because they know they've got to spend the money, and, you know, people want to know they're going to like it before they get it. Remember to always come back and say, hey, we have a satisfaction guarantee that nobody can beat. You can cook with it, play with it, whatever you do with it for 30 days. And if you don't like it, Pampered Chef will pay the return shipping to go back for a full refund or exchange if you don't like it. So if you're not sure but want to try it, go ahead. Then if you have a full year, if you're not happy with it, you can still return it. If it's after the 30 days though, you have to pay the return shipping. So when I get somebody on the fence about a product, they're not sure, it's like, oh my gosh, I really like that, but I'm not sure, you know, if I would really use it or what have you. Say, hey, it doesn't hurt to try it, because you can always get your money back. That makes people feel really good, and then they don't hesitate to get it. And you want to do that so other people in the party see that comment too. They're going to say, oh, that's right. You know, I have nothing to lose by trying it. One of the things on selling too, and that is host coaching, which another training's coming up on that. The more, as you guys know, the more your host is involved in the party, the more interactive, the better the party. Have your hosts on these product posts tag people. You know, like if you do the kids cooking set, you know, have your host tag people that have kids to see if they're interested, and get them jacked up about that. So your host involvement, your host coaching helps sell as well. The host has a vested interest in wanting people to buy because it ups their host rewards. So they're your number one person you want to go to help you to get the sales, because it's their friends, it's their party, it's their host rewards. Host coaching is where you earn your paycheck. The party is where you pick it up, literally. One thing too is on your virtual parties. It used to be, when I joined, we did nothing but power tools on the parties. Rock Crocs, it was all the high-end stuff, all the expensive stuff, okay? And especially in the live parties. Now with our electrics, the quick cooker, the deluxe cooking blender, the air fryer, that's pretty much the focus. Everybody's loving those. But in virtual parties, remember that you get all classes of people from unemployment to millionaires. So you need to make sure that you have a good gambit of choice of products. You want to let people know, do a post, hey, did you guys know that when you click Michael's party link, that we have a category $10 and under and a category $25 and under, and that 85% of our products are less than $50? Right there, you're going to catch the attention of the people that maybe come to this party will need to spend 20 bucks. You know, so make sure you have a good mixture of product in there. I have a video I did showing off our cookware, just explaining about it and how it works, the two different sets of cookware. It's a 10-minute video, and I did this to post in the fall on the weekends, typically when women are on the couch in front of the fire reading a book, and they'll watch that video. But I haven't been posting it for, gosh, 8 months. And because of some of these stop sell items, I've had to go through, and it's like, okay, I got to find things to plug into these slots because I don't want to be posting about those items that are on stop sell right now. Okay. And I said, you know what? I'm going to post that cookware, because the thing is, that's pretty much a focused, that's somebody that has money to spend. Okay. Because the cookware is spending. Okay. But I did a little twist on it, and I posted it and I said, hey, you know, lifetime guarantee, you know, dishwasher safe, scratch resistant, and hosts can get this for free, 50 or 60% off, either a piece or a set. It used to be our cookware you could only buy in the set. At least now we can buy them in individual pieces. And I added another sentence besides hosting and getting it. And I said, and if you join my team, you have the ability to earn some of this for free. I've got 2 people talking to me tomorrow about joining my team because they want the 8-inch frying pan and the 10-inch. I just thought of this yesterday. It's like, why haven't I been doing this? Okay, so just kind of think outside the box, use your words so that it can apply to everyone. It can apply to that person that can afford to buy the $200 pan right out, but it can apply to the person that doesn't have the money but wants it and knows, oh, you know what, if I join our team, I get a paycheck and I can earn a frying pan? Heck yeah, I want to do that. And that's pretty much it for tonight. Selling to me is kind of a no-brainer in that look what's going on and find your way in to chat with somebody about something. Like I said, you know, going through the Facebook comments, etc. I jump on the train, guys. This is a record time in Pampered Chef history. Since April, May, June, our sales have gone up 400%. Highest months in the 40-year history of Pampered Chef. Thank God they started that $2 million distribution center expansion a couple of years ago that will be in place by the end of July. But besides COVID, the other reason our shipping is delayed is nobody could have foresaw that sales would go up 400%. That's 4 times the normal amount that we push out of our distribution center. Jump on the wagon, guys. There's plenty of parties to be had. And my point being with bringing this up, my point being is for the 3rd month in a row, Dream Achievers has blown it out of the water again. We actually broke through and we still have a few hours left. We're over $100,000 this month as an organization. At the beginning of the year, I set a goal for $500,000 for the yearly sales goal. By the time this month is over, we'll be at $350,000. So I will be changing that goal. We're going to be $1 million org here next year. Hands down, hands down. you guys are just blowing it out of the water. And bringing new people onto your team, it brings me such joy to see people succeed and see people excited and happy. Like when I message somebody, it's like, congratulations on your promotion to senior consultant. It's like, what? Really? Cool. I love it. Yeah, I did that to Aggie, last week or last month, and I did it to Kyle the other day. Michael, you're next. You're in line. I just so wish we could be together for a conference, but be that as it may, it's a heck of an experience. So, any questions, guys? No. Michael's like, I want to go home. I'm tired of work. So do you guys have any sales goal? Do you guys set a sales goal every month for yourself personally? Yes, no, maybe, could be. Okay. You might want to start doing that. You know, I just did the post on Dream Achievers. I don't know if you saw it because it was right before this meeting. The sales promotion for July. When you submit $1,000, you get the insulated bag, which is a really nice, durable, heavy-duty bag. So set your goal, okay? Minimum, I want to earn that bag. So you know you're going to have at least 1,000 in, you know? Then if, you know what, I want to get up to that 25% on the commission scale, set your goal for 2,000-3,000. When you set goals, you're subliminally giving yourself affirmations. That's where you want to be. And chances are that's where you will take yourself. One of the things that I love is, and you're going to hear this in the Pampered Chef world a lot, is what they call the belief triangle. Okay. Your beliefs, so picture a triangle, beliefs at the top. Your beliefs determine your actions. Your actions determine your results. Your results reinforce your beliefs. And that's so true. So true. So set goals for yourself. And, you know, some goals we don't hit, fine. Guess what? Let's try it again. It's kind of like when you fall off the horse, you get back on, or when you slide down that mountain, you start running back up it again.
Mhm.
Okay, guys, you're just like a bundle of fun tonight. No questions whatsoever, huh? Okay, what's everybody doing for 4th of July? I'm going to stop recording here.